Pre-season testing in Bahrain has once again highlighted how regulatory change often triggers bold engineering responses, with the 2026 framework granting increased flexibility in certain aerodynamic areas. Several teams have explored unconventional concepts aimed at maximizing efficiency and reducing drag on the straights. While much of the early discussion has focused on packaging solutions around the power unit and diffuser, attention quickly shifted to a more visible component when Ferrari introduced a rotating rear wing concept on its SF26. The system, capable of a 180-degree rotation, immediately drew comparisons with earlier technical experiments seen in Formula One's recent past. Beyond the headline feature, the most significant redesign concerns the actuation system that governs the wing's movement. To achieve a full 180-degree rotation, Ferrari's engineers could no longer rely on the traditional centrally mounted actuator positioned on the main plane, as physical constraints would have limited its range of motion. Instead, the control mechanism has been integrated directly into the end plates. This solution requires a highly compact and reinforced assembly, given the substantial aerodynamic loads the rear wing must withstand, particularly when closed. Rear actuators are typically bulky components, often prompting teams to reshape surrounding structures to mitigate aerodynamic losses. In this case, Ferrari opted for a miniaturized system housed within the end plate itself, a configuration that must also incorporate a fail-safe mechanism to return the flaps to the closed position in the event of malfunction, as mandated by regulation. The layout inevitably recalls Mercedes' 2011 approach, when the Brackley-based team positioned an actuator within the end plates, a concept that later evolved into the controversial double DRS system before being outlawed. Although Ferrari's current implementation differs in both objective and execution, the parallel illustrates how previous engineering themes can re-emerge under new regulatory conditions. Structurally, additional modifications were required to accommodate the new geometry. The pivot point around which the wing rotates has been relocated closer to the centerline, aligning with the integrated actuator. Furthermore, the outer section of the primary element has been enlarged to support the revised kinematics. From a regulatory standpoint, questions were raised regarding whether the wing might exceed the prescribed volume during rotation, particularly when it reaches a near-vertical orientation. However, the 2026 rules deliberately expand design freedom in active aerodynamic configurations to encourage drag reduction and manage energy consumption. While the wing must remain within a defined box when closed, the regulations allow certain exemptions during motion, meaning it does not need to stay entirely within that volume throughout the transition. Reliability will become a decisive factor, especially considering that on some circuits, the system could be activated up to 4 times per lap. The increased frequency of use, combined with higher top speeds and larger flap surfaces, will subject the mechanism to greater stress than previous DRS systems. Ferrari's approach demonstrates a willingness to exploit regulatory latitude in pursuit of aerodynamic efficiency, blending structural innovation with historical reference points. Whether this concept proves advantageous over a full season will depend on durability, integration, and real-world performance data. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.